Hello friends! Last video contained all the hype I have in me, so without any shenanigans, let's get to work. Roll the intro.
You know what I like a lot more than materialistic things? Knowledge.
That's a hacking group we've been reporting on that's claimed responsibility for recent attacks.
Alright, the goal is simple. Fly over the rainbow so high. To achieve this, we need a couple of ingredients. A quick warning, this is not a beginner tutorial. I will not explain how to find static pointers or how to read and write memory. First, the local player position in wall space which we can write to. Maybe this is not a thing in your target, maybe that position gets overwritten from the server every cycle. Linked in the description is a UC thread where the author managed to pull it off in a DayZ multiplayer game. So no, just because it is an online game does not mean it cannot be done. Alternatively, you could try to change the camera position instead of the player position. Second, we need some vectors and or angles. For a minimal fly hack, we do not necessarily need that, but as Johnny pointed out in the comments, the annoying part of learning how to make a fly hack is how to make the hack fly in the direction you are facing, not just increase X, Y, Z to move. That's exactly right. When we press forward, we do not want to just move along some world space axis, we want to actually fly into the direction we are facing. And for that, we need to know where we are looking at. This information may be stored as a quaternion, Euler angles, or just a vector, depending on the game engine. To not make the code too confusing, I would recommend using whatever information you find to create 3 vectors and then use those for the next steps. The 3 vectors we need are the view direction, so pointing in the direction we are looking, the up vector, a vector going through our feet, through our head and up, and a third vector pointing left or right. We can get that third vector by taking the cross product of the view direction vector and the up vector. Because a cross product of any 2 vectors is normal to both of those vectors. How to get these vectors is indeed tricky. I will include a failed attempt of mine to show you how quaternions in the field look like, but also to make clear that this stuff ain't easy. And thirdly, we need to get the user input, that is key presses, indicating in which direction we wanna fly, and use them to update our position accordingly. Okay, starting with the first ingredient, the player position. That should be fairly simple. Find the local player, there somewhere the position is stored. If you cannot write to it, or if you can but it gets overwritten instantly, like in my case here, one way of finding an actually writable location is to search for all locations, then try and change them and see what happens, until you find the right one. This one works for me. It is not actually stored directly in the player entity, but some pointers down. Next to finding the vectors. Below the position vector, we have 2 zeros and then 2 floats, which change as I look around. No matter where I look, they both change and they both have values between -1 and 1. At first, I did not know what to make of this. Clearly, they are not just simple angles in radians or degrees. The -1 to 1 part does not make sense. Also, when I make a 360, the values change from -1 to 1, and only with a second 360, the value is back to 1. Turns out this is a quaternion. Some surface level information on quaternions. If you want to know more about them, check links in the description. First of all, quaternions consist of 4 real values. Together, those values describe a rotation in 3D space. Second, they are often used in games to describe angles. So if we like it or not, we gotta deal with them at some point. Third, in order to deal with them, I'd recommend using some library, like Eigen for example. With a decent library, we can easily convert between quaternions and Euler angles for example. If you wanna write everything yourself, fine, but sometimes it just ain't worth it. Back to the quaternion at hand. If we take those values and plug them into some online converter, what do we get? We see rotation about X is 0, rotation about Y is also 0, and only rotation about Z is some value not equal 0. That is weird, right? Since the Z is pointing up and we have the rotation around Z, this is the jaw angle. Well, that's cool, but what about the pitch? So why does this quaternion not describe how we are looking up or down? I think it's because this quaternion describes the rotation of our character model. And while our hands, weapon and camera are looking up or down, our character model does not. The head is still exactly above the feet. No rotation there, and hence the pitch is 0. Well, okay, but we still want that pitch. After all, we want to fly where we are looking. If we are looking up, we want to fly up. So what to do? I decided to look for the camera class. Surely here should be many angles and or vectors to work with. Maybe you remember from my ESP tutorial the look at and up vector. That stuff is exactly what we want. So looking at the camera object in reclass, yes, here is a ton of information. Here we have the width and height of the game window. Here we have the field of view, and above that we have some 3x4 matrix. The column on the right must be the camera location, more or less the same values as our player location. And the first 3 columns have something to do with where we are looking at. Looking around in the game again shows these values are between -1 and 1. So what are they? Quaternions again maybe? Well no, there are only 3 per columns, so that can't be it. When looking straight ahead, the third column becomes 0, 0, 1, suggesting that this column is the up vector. Great, we want that. At the same time, again, when looking straight ahead, the last value of the second line becomes very small. So that one should be the view direction. That's it. All we need for the second ingredient. Good for you, you guys might think. But here I am with some bullshit angles and no idea how to get the vectors. Fear not, digging around through thousands of CryEngine source code lines does come with some perks. Like this one, create angle YPR. Turns these vectors into your pitch and roll angles. Your homework now, in case you need it, is to invert this function, so input the angles and get the vectors back. Let's get to the last part, the user input and updating the position. I have created structs for vector and matrices to make life easier and use classes like the camera and entity created with reclass. I will make a video on reclass and reversing games in general, I guess. But it just comes down to reading some values from the game. Here I use those classes and structs in the first few lines to get the player where we will change the position. Then to get the view and up vector from the matrix. My matrix struct has functions for extracting those columns. Like we have observed earlier, the view direction is in the second column, so that column has index 1, and the up vector in the third column, so at index 2. We get the last vector pointing to the right by taking the cross product of the first two. Depending on the coordinate system, this cross product could also be pointing to the left. In that case, no problem, just multiply by -1. Here is that function for the cross product, just some vector math. Now to grabbing the user input. A bunch of numpad keys, 4 means left, 8 means forward and so on. I should mention I took inspiration for this part from the UC thread mentioned earlier. In the next part, we put the velocity together. When we press numpad 8, we want to move forward. Forward is the view direction, so we add that vector to the velocity. Back is exactly the opposite direction, so we subtract that vector. Similarly, we add or subtract the up or right vector for the other directions depending on the pressed key. Now you see why we want those vectors. In my opinion, this is way more elegant than having to use angles here. If you only have angles, then use them to calculate the vectors first. Then we normalize the velocity, meaning we set its length of the vector, or in other words, the speed of the velocity to 1. Why? Because even if we press more than one key at the same time, we do not want the speed to change. Same speed, just different direction. And in the last line, we calculate the new position. It is of course the old position plus the velocity times some scalar value, which we can change. This scalar dictates the speed. In the hooked present function, we call this fly function if it is activated. That's all the implementation. And here's the result once again. Pretty epic in my opinion. I can fly around everywhere, exploring weird parts of the map. I'll leave you with some clips of my explorations. And that's it for today. As always, thank you very much for watching, join the Discord, subscribe for more hacking videos. Until next time friends, talk to you soon.